In this segment, Stephanie Miller welcomes Charlie Pierce to the program. Together, the two talk what to expect next in the Trump trials and what Jack Smith might have up his sleeve.
So we were just talking, Charlie, about the thing that's the Trump hearing that's ongoing right now. But
yeah, I've been listening to it.
And your thoughts?
They have no case. I mean, there's a judge there named Florence Pan, as in like Peter Pan, and she was having a wonderful time pointing out that they've already demolished their entire case with previous statements from both the lawyers and the former president.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and she kept tormenting them with the question: suppose the president were to order SEAL Team 6 to take out one of his political opponents. Could we charge him criminally then? And the lawyer said, "Oh, only after he'd been impeached and convicted of that." At which point, like, the entire courtroom burst into flames, I think.
Yeah. I mean, well, you wrote specifically, you said Jack Smith's latest filing is more proof that Trump did F all to stop the goons on January 6th. And you were talking about this ABC reporting. We mentioned it earlier, Charlie. Some fascinating details about what he was doing. Spoiler alert, nothing helpful while he was failing to ensure domestic tranquility at the Capitol. The material came from filings from Jack Smith's House of White House Horrors, as you call it. It's sourced to officials of the previous administration who've been singing lovely songs to the special counsel's office. You mentioned Dan Scavino said when the violence began to escalate, Trump was just not interested in doing more to stop it. Another Trump aide said he informed him that Pence had to be rushed to a secure location, and Trump responded, "So what?" Charlie, I was saying this earlier, but I think that's the extraordinary part is all of these trials and hopefully convictions, they're all people that worked for him.
Right.
He can keep saying witch hunt and Joe Biden's prosecuting me. It's all his own people.
Sure, they're all giving him up, but they're trying, they're tearing up the language, not to give him up publicly.
Right.
I mean, they're all fine with, giving up the store to the prosecutors in depositions and so forth. But you put them on TV and it's all about, well, leave them on the ballot, let the people decide. And it's a terrible, Mike Pence, I don't know how he sleeps at night. I really don't.
That's what I said, Charlie. We were just talking about that. He presumably knows at this point he's never going to be president. Why does he continue to be a spineless weasel, do you think?
Well, I think just because he's a spineless weasel.
Yeah, that's just his nature.
Sometimes it's as simple as that.
It becomes a habit after a while.
Yeah, it's his default setting. So let's go through the stack. Trump demanded the election crimes case against him be dismissed on the grounds he didn't have advance notice that he would be committing a crime by trying to overturn the election. I mean, I'm not even a lawyer, and I'm like, WTF? In a new filing to Fulton County Superior Court, Trump's attorney argued that Trump lacked fair notice that his conduct could be considered criminal. I don't think that works in any criminal case anywhere, does it?
What? I didn't know I was committing a crime?
Right.
No.
He wasn't. Nobody warned him.
The point is, the police have caught you committing the crime, and they're the only one. They're the only ones who have to know you committed the crime.
Yeah.
It's not. This isn't a. This isn't a hard. What do you call it? A hard principle to understand.
Right.
Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Right. Exactly.
That's exactly it. Right. It's like no one told me I couldn't overturn a democracy. I mean, right? Really, no one told me. No one warned me I couldn't rob this bank.
Yeah. Nobody told me I couldn't launch a mob.
Right. So speaking of Georgia, reacting to concerns that Trump presidential immunity bid being heard in U.S. Circuit Court for D.C. today could derail the trial in Fulton County, Georgia, one legal expert claims he does not see that happening. He said all eyes are on the court this week as the three-judge panel will take on the appeal from Trump. Can't be tried in Judge Chuckson's courtroom for his actions related to January 6th. Norm Eisen said there can be no more important legal question this year or any year. DA Fani Willis has claimed her office looked into the immunity issue and said, I think we're in a good place. I mean, Am I being happy clappy, Charlie, thinking that he is not going to win this immunity thing?
No, I mean, I think the only one of the current litigations where he has a chance is the Colorado ballot case.
Yeah,
because I think there's enough gray area there for the Supreme Court to get cowardly and hide in it. But the presidential immunity thing has no chance.
yeah,
It's ludicrous. I mean, Judge Pan made it look ludicrous this morning.
yeah.
Can you really kill someone, and we have to impeach him and convict him before we can put him on trial?
Yeah. I know. I always wonder. I have to, wait to talk to one of our legal experts. I'm like, oh no, that argument is as ridiculous as I think it is.
Right.
One of Trump's co-defendants, Michael Roman, attempting to stop the Georgia case with a new filing that legal experts characterize as worse than a Hail Mary. He alleges that Bonnie Willis hired an alleged romantic partner to work on her team, and she financially benefited from the clandestine personal relationship. Mudslinging by Trump and his minions. It's the National Enquirer MO dressed up in legal pleading. I mean, that's the thing. I keep saying this, Charlie, but it's like when all of this bull blank hits the light of a courtroom and the light of day, none of this crap holds up, does it?
A lot of stuff changes when you have to say it after you put your hand on the Bible.
Yeah.
You can lie with impunity to people like me and to television pundits and to Kristen Welker and everybody else. Take the oath, and suddenly your tack changes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I think that's what you're going to wind up seeing.
Yeah,
I think that's what you've already seen. I mean, you've already seen it with a lot of the guys from the insurrection who suddenly found Jesus after a few days in the D.C. jail and realized that they were. We're going to go to court now, and they can send me to prison. So I better reattach myself to reality here.
Yeah. So we've been mentioning, one of the arguments is that, I was impeached, so I was exonerated. We keep talking about Mitch McConnell's role in this, who you said right on the Senate floor, he hasn't gotten away with anything yet. This is a criminal matter. So this reporting we just heard. In the 4 days prior to January 6th insurrection, Mitt Romney sent a text message to Mitch McConnell saying he was concerned about the senator's safety prior to the certification of the 2020 vote. He said, in case you have not heard this, I just got a call from Angus King, who said he's spoken with a senior official at the Pentagon who reports they're seeing very disturbing social media traffic regarding the protest planned on the 6th. There are calls to burn down your home, Mitch, to smuggle guns into D.C. and to storm the Capitol. I hope that sufficient security plans are in place, but I'm concerned the instigator, the president, is the one who commands the reinforcements of the D.C. and Capitol Police might require. Well, this whole party is just... So Mitch McConnell never responded, right?
And of course, Mitt now is very outraged that Colorado's trying to take him off the ballot.
Right.
That's, now we've got... That's a bridge too far. But the point of that whole, impeachment, conviction, and then criminal thing that Judge Pan is making is that the former president, asterisk, himself, said, why are you impeaching me? If you think I did something wrong, you can always convict me after I'm out of office.
Right.